Most manifestation teachings focus on moving forward, imagine, attract, then achieve. But quantum manifestation flips that completely. It doesn't start with longing. It begins with the end already in place. Instead of building your reality, step by step, you work backward, starting from the final result and letting everything else align to meet it. You've probably heard countless times, see your goals clearly, visualize every detail, feel as though you already have them. You might have spent hours picturing your dream life, the perfect career, soulmate love, financial freedom, vibrant health. You may have repeated affirmations, meditated, and tried to sustain positive emotions. Yet something still feels off, like your dreams are always just beyond your grasp. Here's why. When you hold your desires as something in the future, you unconsciously create a gap between yourself and what you want. Every time you try to feel wealthy, loved, or successful but still believe it's somewhere ahead of you, you send a mixed message into the quantum field, a signal that confirms you don't have it yet. And because the quantum field mirrors your dominant energetic state with precision, it reflects back more waiting, more distance, more frustration. Quantum manifestation changes the game entirely. It doesn't ask you to believe something will happen eventually. It asks you to step into the version of yourself who is already living it right now. It shifts you from being a seeker to being the embodiment of the result. Instead of projecting a dream into the future, you anchor yourself in the completed reality, in the present. Think of it like starting a movie at the final scene. You already see the victory, the resolution, the clarity. Every earlier moment now carries a different tone because you know how it ends. Quantum manifestation works the same way. When you root yourself in the outcome, doubt disappears, tension melts away, because the question of if it will happen no longer exists. This isn't just a nice idea. Quantum physics backs it up. Experiments like the double-slit test and research on time-related causality show that past, present, and future all exist simultaneously as possibilities. Your awareness, your energetic frequency, determines which one becomes real. The moment you fully inhabit your future self, you dissolve all competing outcomes and pull that version of reality into the now. Desire speaks of absence. Outcome speaks of presence. Desire says, I don't have it yet. Outcome says, it's already mine. When you're rooted in desire, you keep striving. When you're grounded in outcome, you're in a state of receiving. The universe doesn't respond to what you wish for. It responds to who you are being in this moment. So, the key is to stop viewing your dream from afar and instead live as the version of you who already has it. Don't just ask, what would it feel like if I got what I want? Ask, if it were already true, what would I naturally think? How would I act? What choices would I make with ease? When you make that shift, your body's chemistry changes. Your mind calms, your energy steadies, and the signal you send into the field becomes one of alignment and wholeness. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop clinging to the desire, it tends to show up faster. When you're no longer impatient for it to appear, because you're already living in the emotional reality of having it, manifestation accelerates. The quantum field doesn't require effort, it requires resonance. The secret isn't in wanting something harder. It's in fully stepping into the state of already having it. That's the true power of quantum manifestation. It undoes the old way of chasing dreams and replaces it with a way of being that makes them inevitable. Once you experience creating from the end, you'll never want to go back to the old approach. Some people seem to manifest effortlessly, as though miracles just fall into place for them. It's not luck, fate, or special talent, and it's not that they're working harder. It's that they've learned to do less with more alignment. They've made a small but profound shift in how they relate to their vision, and that makes all the difference. When you align yourself with the version of reality you truly want to live, everything shifts. This single understanding can transform the way you approach your entire life. You don't have to grind or exhaust yourself to make something appear. your real job becomes much simpler and more refined. Bring your inner state into harmony with the frequency of your desired reality, and let it naturally reveal itself in your physical world. The difference is subtle, but powerful. Traditional manifestation methods often have you building your dream piece by piece, like constructing a house from the foundation upward, visualizing, planning, working step by step. While there's nothing wrong with effort, this process quietly reinforces the idea that your goal is out there somewhere in the future, which keeps you vibrationally stuck in not having it yet. And because the quantum field mirrors your dominant state with perfect precision, it will continue reflecting that separation back to you, prolonging the wait. Quantum manifestation turns that completely upside down. Instead of forcing your dream into reality, you become the energetic center that draws the already existing version of it toward you. You stop chasing and start magnetizing. You connect with a timeline that's already real in the field of possibilities. This shift is what separates years of effort from moments of effortless arrival, because in the quantum model, it all comes down to resonance. If your core signal says, "I don't have it yet," the result will always stay just out of reach. But when you vibrate with clarity, joy, and the feeling of already having it, the universe reflects that reality right back. This is beautifully mirrored in the quantum physics observer effect. Subatomic particles remain as waves of pure potential until they are observed, and in the moment of observation, the wave collapses into a definite form. You're doing the same thing in your life. When you stand in full certainty and alignment, you collapse potential into physical reality. Whether you realize it or not, your focus and emotions are constantly collapsing possibilities into the life you live now. Focus from lack, and you'll create more lack. Focus from fulfillment, gratitude, and certainty, and the field will respond with outcomes that match that state of having. Those who master this don't force things into place. They're not chasing or hustling. They're deeply grounded in the knowing that what they desire is already here. It's not magic, it's simply how energy works. Every moment, your personal frequency selects from the infinite possibilities around you. Change doesn't come from doing more. It comes from coherence, when your thoughts, emotions, and sense of self all match the reality you want to live in. Your life, exactly as it is right now, is a mirror of your dominant internal state. The quantum field doesn't care about how noble or worthy your goals seem. It just reflects the signal you send most consistently. If you want to change the outer world, your work isn't about pushing harder. It's about shifting your inner frequency to match the reality you want, as though it's already here. This is the essence of collapsing timelines through inner alignment. It's like tuning a radio. The station you want already exists. You don't need to create the broadcast. You just need to dial into it. Once you're on the right frequency, the signal comes through loud and clear. This isn't about building from scratch. It's about calibrating to what's already real. This understanding liberates you from the old belief that you have to earn your dreams through struggle. It frees you from the constant push, replacing it with a conscious choice to align deeply and consistently with the reality you choose. And here's the quantum paradox. The future you want is actually pulling your present into itself. Accepting this allows change to happen instantly. It feels counterintuitive because we've been taught that results come only from effort. But in the quantum world, it's resonance that creates results. The field responds not to your force, but to your vibrational signature. Now comes the practical application. Learning to live from this truth every day. To stop manifesting from need and instead align from outcome. The process is simple, but profound. Decide your desired reality as though it already exists. Embody that reality fully, and then release control of the how, so the field can arrange the details. Defining your reality from the position of already having it is where most people stumble, because they keep imagining it as a someday possibility instead of a now truth. But once you choose to live as if it's already real, your mind, body, and energy start reorganizing themselves to match. Your nervous system calms, your thoughts stabilize, and your signal to the quantum field becomes one of certainty, not lack. From there, the final and most challenging step is surrender, letting go of control over the timing and method of its arrival. The more open you are to infinite possibilities, the faster the field responds. Just like planting a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check. You trust the process, nurture the environment, and let nature work. This is the power position. In manifestation, not from effort, but from alignment and trust. When you stop clinging, things flow. When you stop demanding, life delivers. And the moment you fully release attachment, the reality you've chosen begins crystallizing around you faster than you imagined. Think about moments in your life when something incredible appeared only after you stopped forcing it. A relationship that arrived out of nowhere. A job offer you weren't chasing. An idea that came when you finally stepped away from the problem. At the time, maybe you called it luck, coincidence, or divine timing. But what if it was none of those things? What if those moments were direct responses from the quantum field, precise matches to the frequency of your surrender? That's the instant when the game flips. Effort dissolves into energy. Chasing turns into receiving, and doing less opens the door to more. You've likely felt it before, even if you didn't have the words to explain it. Every time you truly let go, completely release the grasp, life aligns effortlessly. That's quantum manifestation at its purest. You stop swimming upstream. You let the current carry you. The field doesn't react to force. It locks onto frequency. It doesn't bend under demands. It answers to harmony. Most people carry a deep, ingrained belief that more effort equals better results. But in reality, the most profound transformations don't happen through relentless pushing. They happen in moments of surrender, relaxation, and full energetic alignment. When your nervous system is convinced it's already done, your external reality begins to restructure itself to match. And here's the real power. You stop waiting. This isn't just information anymore. You're embodying it. Your nervous system feels the shift. Your frequency is tuning itself higher. The quantum field is already responding because you've made the decision to see things differently. That decision isn't just mental, it's vibrational. So anchor it right now. Claim it. Say it out loud, or write it. I am ready to manifest backwards. Don't whisper it. Declare it with your whole being. Feel the words resonate. When you do, you're not just speaking, you're sending a coherent signal into the field that says, it's done. I am already there. The magic isn't in the phrase. It's in the energy behind it. The embodiment instead of the longing. The certainty instead of the doubt. That's the signal the universe understands. Every aligned thought, every steady breath, every emotion steeped in knowing sends ripples through the quantum fabric, creating shifts far beyond what your eyes can track. Up next, we'll go deeper into one of the most underused, but incredibly powerful techniques, backcasting. This isn't a gimmick or a trick. It's a real quantum tool, a timeline accelerator capable of collapsing years of slow progress into moments of alignment. It's the missing piece that explains why some people seem to attract results effortlessly, while others stay stuck despite working harder. You didn't arrive here by coincidence. You were drawn to these words by resonance, the same frequency that exists between who you are now and who you are ready to become. Deep down, you've always known manifestation isn't about pushing harder. It's about aligning deeper. Real manifestation begins when you stop asking and start being. When you shift from desire into embodiment, the universe stops delaying and starts delivering. You're no longer hoping for change, you're activating it. The field doesn't answer urgency. It answers coherence, and now you've seen it. How beautifully simple and infinitely powerful this is. The more deeply you live as the version of yourself who already has your dream, the faster the dream solidifies in your physical world. That's the real work. Not more effort, but more alignment. If this truth stirs something in you, know that it's because you're ready to live it. This is no longer theory. It's an energetic reality you can step into now. The universe isn't holding anything back. It's waiting for you to tune in. Your future isn't on its way. It's here. And the moment you match its frequency, you'll see it everywhere. Backcasting is one of the most potent ways to bring your future into the present. Most people plan forward. They start from where they are and map the steps toward where they want to be. But backcasting works in reverse. You start from the destination, fully immerse yourself in it, and then trace the path back to now. It's like already standing at the top of the mountain, feeling the wind, seeing the view, and then looking down to notice the path that got you there. From that vantage point, you're not questioning whether you'll reach the peak. You're remembering the journey as if it's already complete. That memory-like certainty is the frequency that bends reality. Here's how it works. First, place yourself in your desired reality as though it's your current state. If your vision is financial freedom, don't imagine getting there someday. Feel yourself already living in abundance. What does a day in your life look like? How do you think, move, speak? What decisions flow naturally from this version of you? Let those details become vivid, not as fantasy, but as recognition. Once you're rooted in that state, mentally walk backward toward your present moment. Imagine looking over your shoulder and seeing the events, decisions, and that lead here. Notice how each one felt inevitable, how every step was aligned without struggle. The more you replay this future memory, the more your nervous system accepts it as reality, and the faster the quantum field begins to arrange your present to match it. This is why backcasting collapses time-ins. You're no longer hoping for a possibility. You're recalling an inevitability. In quantum terms, your observation is no longer on potential. It's on completion, and the field responds by closing the gap. The beauty of this technique is how natural it becomes. The more you practice, the less you find yourself asking when it will happen, because a part of you already knows it has. That knowing is the magnet. It's the reason opportunities, resources, and aligned people seem to appear out of nowhere. You've tuned yourself so completely to the finished frequency that the present must shift to meet it. Remember, the universe is never withholding anything from you. The reality you want already exists in the quantum sense. It's as real as the phone or screen in your hand. Backcasting is simply how you claim it faster, not through force, but through alignment, so complete it erases the concept of waiting. Every time you live from that end state, even for a few moments a day, you're rewriting your timeline. You're collapsing the space between desire and fulfillment. And eventually, you'll notice something profound. The life you once imagined isn't something you're chasing anymore. It's the life you're waking up to.